Hey guys, what's up? If you're new here, welcome back to another video. My name is Brittany. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. So I'm pretty sure y'all can see the Starvella Diaries went really good. I'm really happy with the way that video went, and I was like, let's keep the momentum going and let me share some other things that are on my mind. This is not quite Starvella Diaries. I would say this is more of like really the diary of me and how and why I decided that I was gonna go ahead and change my life. What's crazy is I've always dreamed of having a business, right? But I never knew what the business was. I never knew what I was gonna be selling. I never knew what the vision was, what the purpose behind it was. I had so many ideas. One of my first business ideas was actually with my best friend, and at the time I wanted to become an esthetician. We were living together in my trailer back in my hometown. I knew I wanted to be an esthetician. She was in school to be a nurse, and so it was going to go hand in hand together. We were going to do aesthetics, become lash techs, boom boom boom, move to Atlanta, you know, get on that whole lash tech wave. Y'all remember when that was going on back in 2017, 2018. Yeah, we came up with the business name A&B Lavish, and it never went through. I actually decided to become an esthetician. As y'all know, maybe if you're new here, you don't know that. I did become an esthetician. I've settled with my plan of becoming a lash tech. As I was in school to be a lash tech, I got certified to be a lash tech, and I am a certified lash tech. I'm also a licensed esthetician. Did I go do that as a business? I did not. You know why? I can't see close up. So doing lashes was so tedious. I recently just got rid of the equipment. So I always had a vision of being a boss. I just never knew what I was gonna do. And the other thing is, my business Starvella has actually been active since the year 2021. And back in 2021, when I didn't know what I was gonna do, I actually became a business consultant. And so I opened up a wax studio with somebody that I was working for. She was a nurse. How ironic. She was a nurse, and she became briefly a mentor for me. That did not work out. This video is not about that, so I don't even want to get into it. If y'all want to know what happened and how that business failed without me, I'll share that. I'll just say that. I'll share that with y'all and let y'all know. That was my first venture, and that was Starvella's first journey of actually making money. And so my business did generate revenue. My business account has been open since 2021, and that was when I decided to quit the club, quit the nightlife, which is where I was actually making money. That's where I was making some of the most money I've ever made. Being a consultant, that was when I feel like I was making the most, because I was consistently making that money. So from the time I quit the club and started being a consultant for Starvella, I was making consistent money, like consistently, because you know the club is hit or miss. Sometimes you might make a couple $100s that week. Sometimes you might actually make a couple thousand that week. So, you know, if y'all want to know my club days and like how that shit was going down. The main thing that I wanted to discuss for me when it comes to like elevating my life and making my life better, I had to realize like what value did I want to bring to the world. And I recommend everybody do this, not just if you want to have a business. You got to figure out what your purpose is and what value that you actually bring. So for me, I know I love to talk, and a lot of the questions that I get as a friend and just people who just randomly meet me is like, how do you stay positive and how do you stay happy throughout all the shit that you've been through? Because if I told y'all all the shit that I've been through, y'all would be like, there's no way you went through that and you haven't wanted to, you know, unalive yourself. And maybe that's because I've always had a purpose and I've always had value. I just didn't really know what the purpose was. I always knew I had purpose. And that's one thing that I believe in, is you have to know your purpose. You have to believe in yourself before other people can even believe in you, because other people believing in you doesn't even really matter if you don't believe in yourself. That's the number one thing that I will say, is you have to show your value. Where are you going to be valuable? Even on YouTube, creating content. A lot of people want to be content creators, and we don't really understand why we're not growing. The reason why we're not growing is because we are not displaying value. We're just putting our lives out there casually, thinking people actually really care. And a lot of the time it's a distraction for someone else. You're not really bringing value to them. You're just distracting them from whatever it is that they need to do, and you're some form of entertainment. And that's okay. Some people's value could be in entertainment, but for me, I found more purpose in empowering women, empowering myself. And my whole journey and my whole goal is to honestly motivate other people to do the things that I want to do. And you don't even got to do it the way I do it. But I want freedom, and what that looks like for me is waking up every single morning, making my coffee at the time that I decided to make it, and get into work and get into the grind, doing the things that I want to do, doing the things that I envision for myself. The reason why I'm also making this video is because I have so many different ideas for videos that I've never put out, and it's because I've been holding my own ideas hostage. I've been holding so much content hostage. I can't even tell y'all how many times I have had sleepless nights because God has just been downloading ideas into my head so much that I used to give my ideas away. I have thrown out to them what was meant for me, and that didn't really work out well, because what's for me is for me. And sometimes like it can be a miss because that really wasn't for them, that was for me. But I was hiding behind my pain, and I was hiding behind my problems, and I just decided to like not do what I know I need to be doing. And that's not okay. You cannot hide. What I found out is, as I'm starving my flesh and I'm craving all these things that have no benefit for me, this version of myself is being awakened. And so, you know, more ideas are coming, more ideas are flowing that are more purposeful to me and to my life. And so I recommend everybody, if you can, think about all the different versions of yourself that need to die before you could evolve to that next side of you. And a lot of what I'm explaining right now, this is just really like the steps and the things that I'm gonna actually do to be on my journey of evolution. And the reason why I'm sharing this with y'all is because I want y'all to be at the top with me. And that's why if you go to my website and you look at behind the brand, it says see you at the top. I don't plan on looking down on nobody that helped me get to where I'm trying to be. Everybody that has subscribed to this channel, even the people that are viewing this video right now, I have no plans of leaving y'all behind and just eating off of the views. I don't need that. I never found joy in that, which is why, like, even though my hair content and my beauty content has done so well, I didn't really get true satisfaction from that. It didn't give me the recognition and the validation that I was needing, even though those views are, I mean, I have 100,000 views over my beauty content. And yeah, you should use what works for you, but I'm gonna incorporate what works for me into something that's more purposeful for me, and where I feel like I can give back to my community. You know, I don't really know if everybody has a ministry in giving back, or everybody has a ministry in like empowering the people that are around them, but I feel like I do, and that's why I created this side of Starvella. And this is a side of Starvella that I've always wanted, creating journals, creating other things on the way that are not just gonna be journals. I do believe that writing is the foundation to the beginning of your evolution. What writing does, it does more than just allow you to get some things down on paper to like free your minds and make things clear and make the vision clear. Writing actually manifests things. And a lot of people just think manifesting is saying something over and over and over and over and over. But honestly, manifesting is so much more than that. When you actually take a vision or take a dream, put it on paper, that's the first step in manifesting. That's the foundation. You might not know how you're going to do it. You might not know when it's going to happen, but at least you know this is where you're headed. This is what you're trying to do. Okay, I always, like, everybody that knows me, I pretty much told everybody I'm going to be rich. I want to be rich. I have to be rich. I have to be rich in order for me to have kids. I have to be rich in order for me to marry somebody. These are the things that I want. There's no one that is going to make me feel like I can't have that. Like I can't be rich and like I can't obtain wealth and that I can't obtain money. But the thing is, Brittany, you want to be rich, but you're going to have to use your skills to get rich. You can't just, I could just go marry rich, but that doesn't make me happy. Prime example of that. One of the first things that I actually, why am I yelling? One of the first things that I actually manifested when I first started manifesting. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story. One of the first things I manifested was going to Italy. I used to watch a YouTuber that we all probably love. If you're watching me, you have definitely seen Tierra Walker. Do y'all remember when she went to Italy to go live with her boyfriend who allegedly played soccer? I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure it is when they posted each other. Loved Tierra Walker, watched her faithfully. Didn't really want her life per se. We don't really have a lot in common, but she is really pretty, and I love when she did beauty content. But I watched her vlogs to Italy, and when that girl went to Italy, and I said to myself, I want that. I want to move to Italy with my rich athlete boyfriend, and I want to see what it's like. I want that life. I watched that video over and over and over and over. I played that video while I was sleeping. I watched those videos over, everything about it, everything, how she carried herself, how she walked, how she talked. You know, I always was into athletes. I've always been to athletes. There's nobody that made me be into athletes. That was the thing I had when I was in middle school. My first boyfriend that I've ever had played basketball. I always knew I was going to marry a basketball player. I was in 7th grade, sitting at the lunch table, told my best friend my husband will be an athlete. I will be a basketball wife. I was in middle school watching basketball wives. I'm only saying this because people think this shit is so trendy, and being a wag is such a trendy thing. Either it's in you or it's not in you. Either these type of men are going to be attracted to you or they're not going to be attracted to you. And if that's the life that you want, that's the life you can have. I've had it to a certain level though, right? Watch the video, right? February. By September of 2022, I was living in Italy. I had a basketball boyfriend. He didn't play soccer, but I had a basketball boyfriend. I wasn't working. I was living my soft life, but asked me if I was happy. No. Somebody like me who has purpose, I will never be happy being a trophy. I will never be happy sitting somewhere on a shelf doing nothing. While a man is somewhere elevating his career and elevating his life, that don't work for me. I talk too much, and I'm too much of a bad bitch to be sitting cute and sitting around while this man goes out and lives his life. And this is not me down to anybody who wants to be a stay-at-home anything. Do that. Be that. Because that might work for you, and that might be where your purpose lies. But I figured out as I'm over here manifesting somebody else's life, aka Tierra, that life did not work for me. And Tierra actually had a lot of purpose. She had a huge following on YouTube. She was giving back to her community in so many ways. I wasn't. And so that goes to show you that you can't just want something that somebody else has just because they have it, you know? And that was a really cool experience. I turned 26 in Italy. That was a great birthday present. That was my first time really like manifesting like a certain specific life. Even though too, I did manifest moving to Atlanta. Mind you, I'm not realizing that everything that I wanted, I wrote it down. I wrote down everything. The moving to Atlanta, the becoming an esthetician, the athlete boyfriend. I manifested all of that. But let me tell you what happened after me and my ex broke up. I let that relationship make me feel like I could not have the life that I wanted because he wasn't in it. It was like I couldn't dream outside of him. And so for months, I was sick to my stomach. And I'm being very transparent with y'all. I was sick to my stomach, depressed. I thought I was dying. And I told myself I would never let myself ever feel like that ever again. That just goes to show you though, you need to have some type of skills, baby. Because you can date these men with money and you have no skills. You have nothing to back yourself up. You have nothing to give. So yeah, my memory card was full. Anyways, that got too deep. I was rambling. Probably have to cut a lot of that out, and that's okay. I'm working on my ramblings. Moral of the story is we're gonna be obtaining skills for ourselves that are gonna help us get to where we need to be. Some of the skills that I have acquired to run a business is, well, for one, I went to business school. That helped a lot. 2, I became an esthetician. That helped a lot. I became a consultant. That helped a lot. Those are major skills. Also, being a server are major skills, especially in a high volume environment, a high stressful volume environment with high value people. That gave me a lot of different skills in terms of like communicating. Back to like manifesting, right? So Tierra Walker was a huge part of my growth in terms of like realizing, okay, I can have something. She showed me that, or I showed myself that, you know, however we want to put it. The Find Guru. I don't know if y'all know who, I always forget her real name, and I don't like that. Let me Google her real name. Marlene. Oh my gosh, Marlene on YouTube. She's called The Find Guru. That was the first girl on YouTube that I saw doing manifesting. I ain't never seen nobody else talking about creating the life that you want and actually get it. That was the first one. I actually looked up to her once upon a time when she was really heavy on YouTube. I still have the video saved from her that changed my life. It's my #1 video on Watch Later. I swear to God, 6 years ago she posted this video. And if you look at my how I stay focused, second video, 7 habits of highly feminine women. I changed everything. I used to act like a man so much that it used to disgust me. One time my cousin told me, he was like, you're never gonna get a man as long as you keep acting like a nigga. You're not a nigga. Like, you're not a man. You need to act like a lady. And mind you, my father taught me how to act like a lady. For whatever reason, I let life make me bury this version of me, this princess soft version of me. And it's probably because of all the resent that I have had built up towards my parents that I just decided to let go. The Find Guru. I started listening to morning motivations every day. When I wake up, I turn on YouTube. YouTube is my best friend. If they made us pay for YouTube, I would pay for YouTube over paying for Apple Music. I actually turned my Apple Music off. I have no music on Apple Music right now. I have Audible, I have YouTube, and that's all I need. Don't ask me when new songs dropping. Those are some YouTubers that helped me change my life. And so since we're on like YouTube and videos and topics like that, let's talk about 3 books that helped me change my life. Okay, so the first book that I read that helped me change my mindset was by Kara. It was actually called Girl Code: Unlocking the Secrets to Success, Sanity, and Happiness for Female Entrepreneurs by Kara Alwill. Her whole brand is the Champagne Diet. I love that. It's so fly. It's so fly. Anyway, she's a bad bitch. The Law of Attraction. A lot of people are scared of this book. As Christians, a lot of people are scared of the Law of Attraction book. That's fine. If y'all don't want to read that book, y'all don't got to read that book. But when people ask me, how did you get your mindset the way you got your mindset? I be telling them I read the Law of Attraction. I learned how to bring things towards me. The Law of Attraction. Girl Code. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Those are my top 3 books that changed my mindset. And they're not huge books per se. They're not huge books at all, but they helped me. And I want to be very genuine and transparent about that. I have a list of sorry, I have like major reflux right now. I have a list of other grand books that I read, and I can give y'all, we can actually do a book video. We can actually do a book video for real, and I can share those things with y'all. Those were the different things that helped me manifest and helped me get to where I need to be. And also really just understanding that if I wasn't writing, I'm just dreaming. If you're not writing, you're just dreaming. And if you're not failing, you're just what? You're not doing anything. You can't be scared to fail. That's what I'm telling myself. You can't be scared to fail. That's why I'm getting on here on YouTube, putting myself out there, being more transparent, actually giving people the different steps that I'm taking to get to where I need to be. And hopefully we will all be at the top together. And that is the whole purpose of me making these videos and talking to y'all and empowering y'all. And because I'm also empowering myself. And I just realized, like, I got to be able to give to get. And so not only did I decide to give and put out something that I originally created for myself, but I put this out there for everybody else, because this journal is cute as hell. Like, please, this journal is cute. Like, this is my rough draft copy. That's why it has a little bit of blemishes in it and a little bit of flaws. But this journal is cute as hell. I don't care what nobody say. And so something I had to write to myself was, what's your plan to make your vision manifest and come to life? what is the wealthiest version of yourself? That's what you have to ask yourself. What is the wealthiest version of yourself? The wealthiest version of myself currently is me sitting in this car making a video for y'all and putting it out there online, okay? So we can build up a conversation around the things that we want. I know I want a big house. I want it to be Tuscan model home. I know I want at least 2 to 3 children at this point in my life. I know I want millions on top of millions, and I want my man to have millions on top of millions. Those are like very surface level things that I want for myself. And with all of that in one, that's going to require me to be in the version of me that I need to be. And I'm also going to have to put out there what God has put inside of me and give that to the world, because the whole point of this is bringing people closer to God. And bringing people closer to God, you have to have a hunger for him. You have to have a hunger for the things that you want in order for you to get those things. And if it's God's will, you will have everything that you want. Same for me. I will have everything that I want if it's God's will. And so on the next video, what I wanted to talk about is more business things like sales, meeting quotas, different failures that I've made within the business and within the brand so far, why we decided to do pre-order before actually getting the products in hand. So right now, just to go talk about Starvella for a little bit of business things. A lot of businesses do this. They want to pre-order because they want to see is the value of the product worth it. But that's what pre-order is. If y'all have ever noticed when people have pre-order items on their website, it's because they're trying to get a gauge and try to get an understanding of if this product is actually valuable and if they know how to market it and can get some type of marketing around it. So that's what I'm doing for the journal. This Evolve journal. I do have digital journals on my website if y'all wanted to check those out. I have a guided journal and I also have prompts. The prompts are the same for the guided journal. If y'all want to check those things out, y'all can check those things out. But yeah, on the next video, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about behind the scenes when it comes to the analytics, the marketings, the bank accounts, all those different business aspects. We're going to go more in depth. If you stayed for this long watching this video, I'm literally so proud of you, because you listened to me figure out how to talk to y'all like this. Normally I don't be talking to y'all trying to give y'all advice. I just be talking. I don't be talking trying to give y'all, who the hell? I don't be talking trying to give y'all the advice that I gave myself. But I'm actually telling y'all and sharing with y'all the things that I tell myself to get up every day, be the bad bitch that I am. Y'all already be seeing all these other girls talk about all the basic things, which is keep your hair done, make sure your hair is done, make sure your nails done, make sure your skin look good, boom, 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 boom. Y'all already know those things. I don't need to get into all of that. Y'all see how I look on this video right now. We look very put together. We got our cute little bob. This is our signature look. We got some cute little, our nails done, jewelry done, you know, lip gloss. Very simple, very demure, very calm, you know, we're good. And I feel like y'all can do that. Get yourselves together. You don't got to look like nobody. Look like yourself, but be put together. That is what's going to attract what you want. That's what's going to make you feel good about yourself so that you can work within your skills to be that girl. And I believe in you. And like I said, I'm gonna see you at the top. This is the evolution of self. This is the evolution of me. This is the evolution of you. My name is Brittany Star. Come back for more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, comment button. And if you care, share this video with a friend, okay? I'm gonna see y'all later.